that. Oh, I'll have to do it again. All right, I think we're live. Hello, YouTube. We are live, and this is new for us. So if anyone joins us, be patient with us. We are going to live stream on a few different platforms, and this is one of them. And I'm trying to look to see how to share it. No. Let's see. All right, I don't know how to share it to Facebook, but all right, we'll just start. Hold on, let's not go there yet. I think we'll be able to edit this page out, so let's go in the center. All right. All right, now I'm going to go to God's Force here. Okay, I'm going to hit this one. That one and that one. Hello, beautiful, beloved souls. I am Goddess Gloria, and you are joining us here for Goddess Gloria's Date Night with the Healer. And my featured date tonight is Dr. Frank Kaden. Say hello.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you for joining us. This is Dr. Kaden's first date in a long time. Yes?
Oh, yes.
When was the last time you were on a date?
20 years ago.
20 years ago. Yes. Awesome. All right. Well, let's get started by sharing a little bit about why I have you here on this live stream is that you're an awesome healer, and I wanted to share with our community some of the healing techniques that you do so that they can get to know you. So you are Dr. Kaden, Chiropractic. Tell us a little bit. How long have you been a chiropractor?
21 years. Been practicing 21 years. I love it. I have a very unique practice. I'm not like most other chiropractors. I'm just not the rack and crack guy. And it's not just for back and neck pain. I can help you with just about any ailment you have. Anytime there's some sort of disease or dysfunction, there's abnormality in the body, and I can find it and correct it and help you with just about any problem you might have.
I love that. And so how long have you been at your location?
This present location, I've been here 2 months. Before that, I was 4 years next door to where I am now. I was also in Hermosa Beach for about 4 years, and then about 13 years up on the west side. So I've been doing this a little while.
I love that. All right. Thank you for answering those questions. So thank you for joining us. If you're just joining us, I am Goddess Gloria, and this is Dr. Frank Kaden of Kaden Chiropractic. And we are live streaming on a few different platforms, and I want to welcome you to ask questions or comment. We're going to be here for 1 hour, and this is Goddess Gloria's Date Night with the Healer with Dr. Frank Kaden. Thank you for joining us. Dr. Kaden was just explaining to us about his practice and how long he's been in practice, and I wanted to share an awesome story. I met Dr. Kaden. We were working in the same facility, and we didn't know each other, and we were both really busy, and our schedules were always off, but I finally felt that I really needed to see him. I got Bell's palsy, and the whole left side of my face was paralyzed. And I called them, and I was explaining. He's like, "Come, let me fix you." And so I didn't even know that he could do that. So tell us a little bit about that. And I know I'm not the first person you've helped, but explain that process to us.
Just find what needs to be fixed and fix it. We just analyze the body, ask the body questions. It tells us what needs to be fixed. So I find it and fix it. And then, also 3 weeks ago, you texted me again.
Yes.
Shingles.
I had something I was doing, and I know I was way overworked. And I think in my mind, I'm 25. And then I have to remember that this body is a classic. I've been around for 52 years. Can you believe it? And right?
Listen to your mind, not your body. You are 25.
So I overworked myself, and I was at the store with my daughter, and she looked at me and she's like, "Mom, what happened to your eye?" I'm like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, maybe I forgot to wash my face that morning. And she says, no, it looked like you got punched. And it looked like I had a hemorrhoid starting to develop right over my eye. It was gross. And I had a really scaly rash starting to spread. And so I came home and first thought is go to urgent care. And we had shot a video, Dr. Kaden and Goddess Gigi of South Bay Beauty. The three of us had shot a video the night before. So maybe I thought that I got cooties from him or from Goddess Gigi. And so I called them and I explained my symptoms. And I told them, I'm going to go to the emergency. These are my symptoms in case something's going on. You need to know that it might spread. And so he's like, come over here and fix me. And I honestly didn't think he could, but I thought he was confident. And I have to say, I'm so grateful because I know that day that I called you, I believe it was a Friday. It was late in the afternoon and he was busy. He had already left the office and he's like, come and meet me at the office. And so he came back to the office, and in between shuffling all of his children, he has many of them. We'll talk about
Only
that in a second. And he fixed me. And so how are you so confident that you could fix me?
It all comes down to the zone technique, which is a major technique that I'm doing right now. I just got into this last couple of years, but you find which zone is unbalanced. Every cell in your body has something to do with at least one of 6 zones, which correspond to 6 centers of your brain. If one or more zone is unbalanced, then your body's unbalanced, and you're not healthy. You can express disease and express pain. So you find out which zone is unbalanced, you balance it out. Your body functions good from head to toe, and you feel good from head to toe. So I know with hers, it happened to be the nerve zone. So the 6 zones are glandular, eliminative, nerve, digestion, muscular, and circulatory. Hers happened to be the nerve zone, which shingles, it's a nerve condition. You get the virus stuck in the nerve root, and we balanced out the nerve zone. The nerve zone, the body feels good from head to toe, starts functioning good from head to toe, knocks out the shingles.
Yeah. And, I don't know if you know this or if I told you, but here's true confessions. As soon as I got adjusted from him, I felt better immediately. But I was already had the mindset that I was going to go to urgent care, and I drove to urgent care anyways. And thank God that there was a 3.5 hour wait, because I decided to go to the bathroom just to hold on one second. I decided to go to the bathroom, and when I looked in the mirror, the rash, it had started to disappear. And so I'm like, all right, I'm just going to have faith in Dr. Kaden that he knows what he's doing. And I have to tell you, the rash is completely gone. You can't even tell. So thank you for that.
For both of us. So
yes, you did. Awesome. I love that. And so another thing that I wanted to talk about, when I think it was about 3 years ago when I got Bell's palsy, and aside from having that face paralyzation and a lot of pain, I think he restored the movement in my face within 2 weeks, which was amazing. And but I had also gained a lot of weight. I had lost a business partner and gained a lot of weight, and I was depressed and stressed and on and on and on. And so aside from, he began adjusting me. I think I saw him twice a week at the beginning because I wanted to heal super fast. And before you knew it, I was on his diet program, and it's been 3 years, and I've maintained the weight. It's off. I wear the same clothes that I wore in high school. And because of his adjustments, I'm agile. And so he's like the whole story for
you should see her
healing.
roller skate.
Some of you have seen me roller skate, and I invite you to roller skate with me. If you want to roller skate with me, send me a message and I'll let you know the next time we're going to go roller skating. But back to Dr. Kaden, tell us about that program you put me on.
Well, it's an all-natural approach. It's about 8 different natural products. Each one helps you lose weight individually, but when you combine them, they exponentially help you lose weight. Then it's combined with a modified eating program, loosely keto, mostly good healthy fats, protein, vegetables, staying away from the carbs, because remember, fat doesn't make you fat, sugar makes you fat.
Yes.
So it's limited calories, limited carbohydrates, and it's just designed to help drop the fat quickly and keep it off.
Awesome. Yes, and it worked. Thank you very much. And I had promised him, I think I was about 40 pounds or 45 pounds overweight when I started his diet program. And I promised him that if he got me to lose the weight, that I would do a video for him in a bikini. And we did. That day came and went, and the video does exist, and maybe you should repost that.
Check out my YouTube channel, Frankie Kaden DC Chiropractic Incorporated. But yeah, she didn't, but Gloria did differently. She didn't weigh herself. She didn't want to weigh herself. So she judged it by how the clothes fit. And so that was pretty cool. I think that's a more accurate way anyways, because weight can be either fat or it can be muscle. If you're gaining muscle, muscle weighs more than fat. So you may not be losing as much weight, but you're gaining more muscle and you get a better muscle tone and you look better and feel better.
Yes. And I still don't weigh myself, and I refuse to weigh myself. I know if I'm gaining too much weight, if my underwear are tight, I'm in trouble. So that's my rule. I make sure that my underwear fit just perfect. And then I also, because of his help and his guidance, I've really learned to know what my body needs to survive. And I know, and the wonderful thing about his diet program is that when I do choose to roller skate or do an activity, like sometimes I'll go for a 2-mile ocean walk, then I know I can eat extra. And that's the wonderful thing about his program. You get to not only become really healthy, but you get really in tune with your body. And speaking of that, I'm going to just subject change, and I'm going to share with you what we're drinking. This is called Boom Boom Tea. And this was given to me yesterday by Jason. Yes, I don't have my reading glasses, so this is what I use to read labels that are not made for women that refuse to wear reading glasses. So this is Boom Boom Tea. It's called the Lovemaking Powder. And so we've been drinking this for about half an hour. So cheers. He's going to be making love to himself later on. Maybe if you get lucky. I think I'm going to dare him to go out. And so if you happen to be out tonight and you want to invite Dr. Kaden, he needs to get out, and he's going to be charged up with Boom Boom power from Moon Temple Dreaming. Yes. We're both taking this, and we'll let you know what happens afterwards. So I was, before we began live stream, I asked Dr. Kaden if he was open to trying this tea with me, and he wanted to make sure there wasn't any cannabis in it. And we're not going to do that to Dr. Kaden tonight because he's lightweight. But anyways, so I'm going to read you these ingredients, and then I'll tell you why I'm reading them to you. So the ingredients of this amazing tea are maca damiana, which I may not be pronouncing correctly, horny goatweed. Who can't get enough of horny goatweed? Let's see that. Yohimbe, I think. Raw saw palmetto, Muria puama, Catawba, and yam. Those are the ingredients for this Boom Boom tea. And when I was reading them to Dr. Kaden, he knew exactly what it was for.
They're all hormones and for hormones and libido. So
for hormones and libidos. And so I asked him, how do you know so much about herbs? Because I think I've only heard of horny goatweed, because who hasn't? So how do you know so much about herbs?
Just years of practice and years of reading. One of my backgrounds is applied kinesiology, and applied kinesiology, we use herbs and vitamins and other minerals and stuff to help support the body, and different things help different systems in the body. So like all that is basically for the hormonal system. Saw palmetto is really good for the prostate. And the other
That's good, because my prostate needs help.
Yeah.
I'm just
that's what I
kidding.
heard.
I don't have a prostate anymore.
Anymore.
That's been corrected.
Yeah.
I also want to talk about your red light, and I know it's called something other than that, but after I lost the weight and did his program, and I continue to be his patient, and when I was recovering from the Bell's palsy, I was seeing him once a week regularly for a long, long time. And then I got busy and that fell off. And it seems like I fall apart when I'm not aligned. So I'm seeing Dr. Kaden now on a regular basis every Monday. And I know he has programs and he has specials. And so if you happen to be lucky enough to live in the South Bay, be driving by the South Bay, or you'll be visiting the South Bay, he's got a deal for you. He's going to give you 50% off. And so tell us about that.
Yeah, just 50% off the first visit. First visit takes a little bit longer because we do history and consultation and exam. So figure out what needs to be fixed and then fix it. Regular visits are much quicker because we already know what needs to be fixed and I pretty much know what's going on with your body. And we just do similar exams, but find out what's wrong and fix it.
Awesome. I love that. And so these different videos are going to be out on different platforms. And so if you want to take advantage of Dr. Kaden's generosity, all you have to do is say, I saw you on a date with Goddess Gloria. Give me 50% off. So if you're brand new to his practice, you'll get 50% off. And if you're not brand new and you already love him, and I know a lot of you do because a lot of my friends are lucky enough to be aligned by Dr. Kaden as well, he's got a deal for you too. But you have to say, hey, Dr. Kaden, I saw you on a date with Goddess Gloria. And he'll give you 25% off of your existing discount if you are already a client. And so those videos are out and you'll be able to use those once. All right, back to questions. So he doesn't know the questions I'm asking him. And so we asked him, we now know that it's been 20 years, over 20 years since you've been on a date.
Pretty much, yeah.
So he probably forgot to date or how to date, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much. All right. So is this date turning out to be better than you expected?
So far, so good.
He was a little nervous before he came, but I'm just proud of you for showing up. I know this is out of your comfort zone. So speaking of dating, what is your ideal date?
I don't know, just something, going out to dinner, nice restaurant, maybe by the beach. Or
Like Taco Bell by the beach? Or
no, I prefer maybe like Pup and Taco.
Pup and Taco, I think, shut down in
Noggles.
the 70s.
See, that was the last time I dated.
Yes. All right.
Tommy's?
So,
Okay.
Tommy's. No, there's no Tommy's by the beach. All right. Which beach? Hermosa Beach?
I
Redondo
like
Beach?
Hermosa, Manhattan, Redondo, any of them, somewhere down by the beach. Nice quiet dinner.
All right. Listen up, ladies. If you like to eat by the beach. All right. So your ideal date is dinner by the beach.
Yeah, just
And
talking. And I also like live music, not necessarily a big band, but I know somebody playing acoustically or something like that. It's always fun. Hanging out at HT Grill or whatever in South Redondo by the fire pit and listening to music. That's always good for me too.
now, is that where you try to look for dates?
I know.
I'm kidding. No, I'm not. It's true. Look for him at HT Grill by the fire pit on Saturday nights, Friday nights, every other weekend, because every other weekend he has his kids. I'm kidding. I'm a comedian. That's funny. All right. So Dr. Kaden does have children, and I have to say that I know a lot of fathers, and this is one of the best fathers. I really admire this quality about him. And I've known him now for a few years, and I've known him enough to know that a lot of the times he has to play not just the daddy role, but the mommy role. And he does it really well. So I know you're really proud of your children. So I don't know if you want to divulge any private information about them other than you're a great dad.
Sure.
But
Great kids. 17-year-old daughter. She's awesome, smart, intelligent. Just got her driver's license recently. She started to look at colleges. She's a fun, beautiful, intelligent girl. 15-year-old daughter. She's been a handful since the day she was born. Definitely keeps me on my toes. Very intelligent. In fact, I admire her with her tenacity and her stubbornness, which can be a little problem.
I wonder where she gets it from.
Yeah. A mixture of me and her mother, mostly her mother. But I admire her. She's fun. She's great. She's just a bundle of fire and very popular. Everybody loves her. She can make a friend wherever she goes. And my son, he's 12, great baseball player. He's mellow like me, but don't push him because then he'll explode. But he's a good guy too, very intelligent, enjoys spending time with his friends, playing baseball, and help coach his baseball teams and stuff. And we have a great time together. I have a great time with all my kids. We do lots of activities together, whether it's going to our house in the mountains or going to the beach or going to their sporting events and things like that. Oktoberfest, My Fest, with my family. We just always have a good time together and enjoy spending time together.
Awesome. And it's really beautiful if you are his friend on Facebook and his personal friend on Instagram and you get to look at his page. I do see that you post pictures with your children every now and then. And it's just beautiful to see a father so devoted to his children. But ladies, don't let that scare you away because he doesn't have them full time, right? So you have your children every other week. I think you get some days off during the week, right?
Yeah.
All right. And so we talked about your ideal date. And other than me asking you out on this date, do you ever get asked out on dates?
No, I've been asked on a date in a long time.
But you have, like in your lifetime, you've been asked out on a date?
Yeah, probably 25 years ago.
25 years ago. All right.
Or more.
So all of the ladies watching out there, I challenge you to ask him out on a date. And he'll say yes because he's such a good person and he can't say no. All right.
I'm trying to change that.
He's trying to change that, but until he does, ask him on a date. All right. So what is your ideal type of woman? Do you like redheads, brunettes, blondes, tall, short? Do you have a preference?
Yes. All the above.
All the above. All right. You're open to all nationalities.
I'm open to anything and everything. I like someone who's strong, has a great personality, has her own career, has her own opinions, someone who challenged me. I enjoy all that. My mother was a very strong woman. My mother made it in a man's world in business and had a master's degree when women were even in college yet. So I admire that, and I admire that in women.
I love that. Beautiful.
Like everybody who's my equal or even better. It's something to challenge me.
I love that. And if you don't know, here you're going to learn more about Dr. Kaden. He has been supporting our Goddess Force events, I think for 5 or 6 years now. Not only does he host our Goddess Force events so that we can gather together as women, the events that he doesn't host, he contributes by advertising and contributing his services to our events. And even better than that, he is co-hosting a Goddess Force event on July 27th. That's a Saturday from 1 to 6 p.m. He's going to be giving away some free treatments at the event, and he's going to be giving away coupons and services. But even better than that, and I invite all of the goddesses to come out to this event because Dr. Kaden has agreed to serve the goddesses organic blackberries, organic raspberries. And if you have any more requests of what you would like for Dr. Kaden to serve you at that event, please message me, message him, send it to Goddess Force. Let us know because he is willing and ready to serve the goddesses, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right, look a little enthusiastic, like you really mean it. He's shy, but that's okay. All right, on that note, we're going to change the subject and we're going to talk about his red light. And so after he healed me from the Bell's palsy and I was becoming pain-free and more agile and the weight had come off, he put me under this red light. And tell us about your red light.
Well, it's an infrared LED light. Many of you probably heard of Coolsculpting right now. Freeze the fat. It's popular. But the problem with Coolsculpting is you kill the fat cells. So if you gain weight in the future, you gain it in different areas and look all dysmorphic and distorted. With this machine, the infrared LED light causes the fat cell, the frequency causes fat cell basically pop. So you're like taking a jelly donut, you're extracting all the jelly from it and you're sealing it up. So the fat cell, or the red light, helps the fat cell to pop. So we get about 32 minutes underneath the light up to about 4 different areas. And then we go to vibration plate for 10 minutes to shake the fat out, shake it up and shake it out. And then those fat cells stay open for about 3 days. So you continue to release fat for the next 3 days and it seals up again. And then a week or so later, we do it again. And just throughout the week, you're excreting the fat. But here's the thing. Most people think you excrete the fat through normal areas of elimination. But that's not true. You release the fat through breathing.
Well,
so it's very important.
I'm going to breathe a lot.
Very important to breathe a lot. Breathe heavy, and breathe deep.
Breathe heavy and breathe deep. Really? Wow.
Read that up, but yeah.
Oh, awesome. And I did do that treatment and boy, what a difference. In just one treatment, there was I think you measured it.
Yeah, you can measure it. This is where you can isolate different areas. Because when you're dieting, you lose weight, but you can't choose where you lose the weight from. With this machine, we can isolate different areas. Like women, it's usually hips, waists, and thighs. So we'll measure those before and after. And usually, if you're measuring all 3 of those areas, we can see up to 3 inches total for each treatment. Some women I've seen significantly more.
Awesome. I love that. And so he'll be posting a video of that. I had made a promise to him that if he made me lose all that weight and burned off my fat, that I would do a video in a bikini, and we did it. And I made him take off his shirt for that video, and he will post it, right?
Sure.
Yes. Awesome. All right. And so, let's go back to what we're drinking. If those of you are for those of you just joining us, cheers. We are drinking this tea. It's called Boom Boom. It's from Moon Temple Dreaming. And this was gifted to me last night by Jason, a wonderful healing angel. And we're going to see if he will be kind enough to vend these at our upcoming event. But this is a tea that is a lovemaking powder. What more could you ask for on a date? And so from now on, all of my dates, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get lovemaking powder.
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck to you. All right. He'll report in the morning. He'll tell you what happened. If it really worked. We've been drinking this. I think it said it takes an effect in half an hour. And I believe we've been drinking it for about half an hour and nothing to report yet. So I'm going to infuse my tea with Holy Exodus. This is Sacred Goddess, Holy Exodus in indica. And aside from the lovemaking powder, which is supposed to stimulate your libido, I'm going to infuse my tea so that after we finish this live stream, I don't want to think about it anymore. And I want to relax and have fun. Who knows what will happen? And Dr. Kaden has got, let me make sure this is CBD. He uses CBD because he's a lightweight. So we're going to both infuse our tea so that you can see what we do. This is my cup. It's the queen of everything. Yes, this is a gift from my daughter. She knows me. His is love because he is open to love. For those of you who are just joining us and don't know yet, Dr. Kaden is very single, very available, successful. He's a great dad. He has a great practice. He's a great human. And he uses CBD. What more could you ask for in a man? I'll tell you in a minute because there's a lot more about him. So I like to, how many dropperfuls did you put in your tea?
One.
One dropperful. Tell us why you put one dropperful.
That's what I felt like putting in there.
But this is an oil. So why do you eat this oil? Because I know you're really careful about what you eat.
Well, it's just an adaptogen. It helps to, if you're running too low, it brings you up. If you're running too high, it brings you back down. Helps with anxiety. Helps with pain and inflammation as well. It just makes you feel good.
Nice. And how often do you use a CBD?
At least once a day.
Once a day. That's
Sometimes.
awesome. That's a plug, yes, for Sacred Goddess Blessed Sacrament. This is the Holy Elixir in CBD. And I used 3 dropperfuls, and right now I'm elevated. I feel wonderful, fantastic, present, here with you, here with him. And like I said, after tonight's live stream, I want to forget about this. So I infused my tea with 4 dropperfuls of Holy Exodus. And this is not CBD. This is indica, very potent. And this is going to help me just relax and chill for the rest of the evening. We also have holy rollers here. And Doctors, Kaden's going to go home with all of these -1 because I'm going to eat them right now. And these are also indica. These are holy rollers. They're edibles. And these recipes were actually inspired by Dr. Kaden. As I began to heal from the Bell's palsy and lose weight, I began to really learn more about nutrition and diet. And when it came to enjoying my cannabis, I wanted to make sure that I was not just eating edibles with a whole bunch of sugar and preservatives and toxins. And so I created these amazing holy rollers. Each one is 35 milligrams. And this is in addition to the 50 milligrams that I put into my tea. And this is what this looks like. And while I'm chewing it, Dr. Kaden is going to tell us about his most embarrassing date ever in his life. Or, yes.
I blocked all those out.
All right. Unblock those memories so that we can learn about your embarrassing date or worst date.
I don't even remember. It's been so long. I didn't date too much before I met my ex-wife. And so, yeah, we met in college and we were together for 19 years. Oh, well, married for 19 years, together 25. So, yeah.
That's a long time.
Exactly.
Wow. I'm so sorry.
So
And congratulations.
it wasn't all bad.
I'm sorry.
A lot of it was good.
Congratulations for surviving divorce. I met you while you were still married, and you've gone through it like a champion. I'm really proud of you.
Hasn't been easy.
It is not easy. Divorce is never easy. But, one thing that I must say is that Dr. Kaden does is he's been honoring himself with self-reflection and spiritual growth. And that's another thing that I wanted to share with you about Dr. Kaden. Aside from his chiropractic abilities and his extensive knowledge on herbs and natural remedies and his experience in weight reduction, he is also spiritual. My nickname for him is Saint Frank because he loves in such a beautiful way, like a saint. His evil side is Dr. Frankenstein's monster. So although he looks beautiful and calm and serene, don't mess with his children because you will see the monster in him. All right. I don't know where I was going with all of that. All right. Let's go back to that date. Did that spark memories of your worst date?
No.
No. All right. So you were married. You were together for 25 years, and you've been, I think, separated for how many years?
3 years now.
Separated for 3 years, yeah. and divorced legally. So
or 2. Yeah.
Legally available. And every now and then I try to encourage him to date, but he hasn't been ready until today. and now he's ready to date. And so if you are his patient,
I won't date you.
He will not date you.
No.
And unless you make him do a live stream video with you, because I am his patient. But if you are his patient, he cannot date you. And if you leave him for another chiropractor, he'll never date you. Just kidding. I don't know. There's a possibility, right?
Oh, it's got to be a few years.
It's got to
There's
be
got to be a
years.
period of time.
All right. And so you're pretty much open to, let's go back to spirituality. We shared at the beginning of this hour about how I broke out in a rash on my neck and on my face. And I went to go see Dr. Kaden because he promised he could fix me. And he did. But not only that, he gave me homework. And I'm like, wait a second here. I'm not in school, but he gave me homework anyways. And that's
Everyone gets homework.
Everyone gets homework when you go see Dr. Kaden. And
It's not the homework you think it is. So.
No, it's very different. But, I listened and I did the homework. And I can you remember the assignments from the nervous zone in your zone technique?
I don't remember it offhand, but that's why I have the zone sheets that I get every patient after I'm done with them. With every single dysfunction or disease in the body, emotions are tied with it. Basically, your subconsciousness processes about 40 million bits per second, pieces of information. Your consciousness only processes about 10. I mean, and actually 40. So we got 10 million more times in your subconsciousness. So anything you feel in your subconsciousness, you can manifest in your consciousness. And your subconscious doesn't know if it's real or if it's fake. So something you've been basically living for years, and you feel is real, and your subconscious thinks is real, but it's really fake. So you can put anything into that subconsciousness to reprogram yourself, anything at any time. This helps with any type of disease, from the big ones, from cancer to digestive problems, to asthma, to headaches, to back and neck pain. But those are easy. Fixing all this stuff is just like fixing a pain in the neck.
That's pretty neat. And so I know he said that really fast about the subconscious and the conscious, and that none of this is real. And that was a lot, really deep, really fast. And so what I'd like to do is publicly challenge you. And if you want to help me challenge Dr. Kaden to the public challenges for you to post live videos at least once a week. And because you have so much to offer us, and we need to hear what you have to say. And if you'd like for Dr. Kaden to post once a week, to do a live video once a week, comment, send him a message and say, hey, I want to learn more about what you were talking about. So why don't we expand a little bit about that? So can you relate that to when I got that rash, let's say?
Well, we just put a new concept in your mind and in your subconsciousness to reprogram you. Your body's meant to be healthy. There are no miracles. You're supposed to be healthy. You can heal from anything. And you put the new program in your subconscious, and you can heal from anything. It's like seeing your movie theater. Basically, you have a projector that just shines the white light, and the film is what you see on the screen. You just change the film, and you reprogram everything. So that's just what I'm doing, just changing the film.
Got it. All right. I think we have a question. So I'm going to step off camera just to see. I think we have a question on Instagram. And if you're just joining us, thank you for joining us. We are live on Goddess Forest Facebook. We are live on Goddess Forest YouTube. And we are live on Goddess Forest Instagram. Thank you for joining us. You are on Goddess Gloria's Date Night with a Healer. And our healer tonight is Dr. Frank Kaden of Kaden Chiropractic. My nickname for him is St. Frank. And so while I'm checking for questions, tell us your business hours. When are you open?
I'm open Monday through Friday, usually 8:30 to 6. But sometimes the hours fluctuate just because, I've got 3 kids and I've got activities to do, like always taking them to some sort of sporting event or practice or something like that, or the orthodontist or the doctor. Well, never the doctor, because I mostly see them, and my kids are never sick, and I take care of them probably about once a week. I adjust them. Kids are never sick. They get good grades, and they're great, well-adjusted kids.
All right, awesome. Thank you for that. And we do have a question. Thank you, Sacred Light Healing Center, for joining us and participating. You qualify for a discount at Dr. Kaden's, but he has a question for you, Dr. Kaden, and he says, how can chiropractic remove a rash? Which I have to tell you, that was my first question when he said, I can fix you. I'm like, really? So there you go. There's the question.
I put a new film up in front of the white light, changed the new concepts. We adjusted the nerve zone. The nerve zone controls the nervous system. Shingles is a virus that gets stuck in a certain nerve root, and it's a chickenpox virus, and it usually manifests when you're feeling stressed and things like that. So we just balanced out that nerve zone, put the new concepts in her mind, into her subconsciousness, and your body heals. And it's just like healing a pain in the neck.
Yes, and it worked. And I think I'm going to go a little bit more into detail. So I'm just going to, I don't know what the techniques are called, but I'm just going to explain my experience, especially when I was breaking on a rash on this eye, on my eyelid. It looked like a hemorrhoid. It was so disgusting. And I had a rash on my neck from here to here. It was really itchy. It was like really dry and scaly, and it was progressing. Like the more I thought about going to urgent care, the bigger it kept spreading. And so I went in, and he does this thing with my hands where he checks my fingers, and if they don't bend a certain way, then he takes this laser. I think it's called the cool laser.
It's called a cold laser, yeah.
A cold laser?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So he puts this cold laser. That time he put it, I'm going to say, behind my heart chakra, and he just held it there. And I have to say, when he was holding that laser against my back, it felt like I had like a healing fluid take over the entire left side of my body, and I felt everything relax. And it was amazing. And then after he does that cold laser, then he goes back and does more measurements. What do you call those measurements that technique?
I'm just muscle testing, see what myotomes are working. Myotomes are nerves that control your muscles. So we just check and see which muscles are working and which aren't. If they're not working, then we turn them back on. The laser in that particular instance, basically, we shine it on the nerve that's not working, or for the muscle that's not working. It's like turning on a light switch. It turns the muscle back on, or turns the nerve back on, which turns the muscles back on. It's just getting the right energy into the body to balance it out. So we'll go through, check all those myotomes. They may come from nerves from your spine, or it may come from your head. Generally with cranial work, it's cranial nerves. So we check those as well. So I may have her make different facial expressions. I may have her say, ah. I may have her stick out her tongue. Those are just checking the nerves of the head. Exactly.
He makes me do that every time I see him. I get to stick my tongue out of him. And then another thing that he does, yes, he does crack my spine in the most amazing way. And I've been to chiropractors throughout my whole life, mostly for a few times for injuries, but mostly for posture maintenance, because I like to stand up straight, and I want to be able to stand up straight until I die.
Not everybody likes to be adjusted manually, so there's other ways of adjusting with instruments and things like that, and I do those as well. For those who are scared, we can take care of it in those ways as well. So it's just quick little instruments that are painless. Sometimes it's just not even really, well, it's sort of called a respiratory adjustment, just pushing on the vertebrae lightly to push it back in place. There's many ways of adjusting, and lots of tools in my tool belt to do it.
Awesome. I love that. And he also does have, he adjusts my, we're going back to that one adjustment that he did when I had broken out in a rash, and I felt relief when he put that cold laser on my back. And then he put some like shapes under certain parts of my body, and then pulls to release the tension in my spine. And that's when I also felt another relief.
Yeah, basically give you a wedgie. And,
he gave me a few wedgies, and I liked it. 2
wedges to balance out the sacrum and the pelvis. And usually, pull on the leg, just decompress the spine. I usually do it from both ends. I pull on the legs and I pull the neck as well, just lightly, just to take the pressure off your spine. Because basically, as you go throughout the day, you got gravity putting pressure down on your spine. So we just decompress you that way.
Yes. And you know what's interesting is that the times when I do my yoga regularly, 3 to 4 times a week, I'll go to Dr. Kaden for an adjustment and nothing cracks. But the days that I skip my yoga, I sound like a battle axe. Everything's cracking and snapping.
But not cracking is not necessarily a bad thing. The cracking is just the cherry on top. It's getting the movement in the spine, stimulating the spinal cord. The cracking usually, it's buildup of carbon dioxide gas within the joint capsule. So you're breaking bubble wrap basically. It sounds good, but doesn't necessarily need to happen for you to get a good adjustment.
And he hasn't killed anyone yet in an adjustment. All right, that was funny. I think it's funny. All right, we have another question from Sacred Light Healing Center. Thank you again for participating. And his question is, what can someone at home who has sciatica, is there an exercise they can do, or should they hang upside down or sideways, or what can they do? Sideways
is kind of tough. Upside down possibly, but you just got to be careful, because sometimes you can get a stretch reaction. Meaning your body, after you stretch it out, your body gets even tighter to hold it back together. So you just got to be careful. It's best to get a proper diagnosis from a chiropractor or even a medical doctor, just to see what's going on in there, even though a lot of times the diagnosis is correct, because C. Everett Koop, Surgeon General, I think Reagan administration, came out and said 70% of medical diagnoses are wrong. So most of the time, yeah.
And that's something. Surprise!
Not exactly the right thing. But especially if you go see a chiropractor, we can tell where it's coming from. If it's a disc problem, if it is muscular, a lot of times it can be ligamentous laxity, it can be tight muscles, and disc problem are very rare. So a lot of times it's proper stretching, giving the proper stretches, whether it's hanging from your feet,
from the window, from the chandelier.
Exactly. Sometimes it's that. Sometimes just stretching out the hamstrings or the piriformis muscle, which is a little muscle that goes underneath your glutes. I find a lot of people with sciatica have tight piriformis muscles because your sciatic nerve runs through that muscle or underneath. So a lot of times if your pelvis isn't balanced, it can put that pressure on that muscle, putting pressure on that nerve. So just finding basically what's causing it and then fixing it. Sometimes, it can be stretching.
Got it. And is sciatica something that can be fixed like in one chiropractic session, or?
Yeah, anything can be fixed in one session.
I attest to that. That is true.
It doesn't always happen that way. It's great when it does. But sometimes it takes a few sessions. I always tell people, when I see somebody the first time, I tell them to come in once or twice a week till they're feeling great. And after that, we go on basically a more extended care plan. I've seen people clear up in one session. It's awesome to see it. Sometimes it takes 12, sometimes 6, sometimes 4. It just depends. Everybody's different. Every problem is different.
I love that. And I'm going to just change the subject a little bit and go back to, because we were talking about that time when you gave me homework and it was, my nervous zone was off. Mm-hmm. And I think there's certain discs that are designated to the nervous zone.
Well, there's certain vertebrae. With each zone, there's 4 vertebrae to adjust. You think of your body and your nervous system as a battery. You have the positive pole, which is your brain. You have the negative pole, which is your spinal cord. So basically what's happening is your brain is not getting the right information from your body. And so since it's not getting the right information, it's not giving the right information back to your body. So what the zone technique does is gets the right information to your brain, so it'll give the right information back to the body. So we adjust the negative pole, which is the spine. So hit 4 spots along the spine, which stimulates the positive pole, which is the brain, which can send the right information back to your body so you heal.
I love that. Awesome. And so the homework that he gave me the sheet, which explained a lot of that.
And it's basically the homework, the sheet helps get in your subconsciousness.
Yes.
To
relax.
To relax and reprogram your body to get the right film in front of that white light in the movie theater. And one of the best times to do it is before you're going to bed or when you're waking up, because your brain's in that theta state where you just absorb everything. It's like a slight hypnosis where you just absorb everything and you can reprogram yourself.
And it worked because I did my homework. I think I did it for a week every day. I read it actually a few times a day, and I had to read, I am open to relaxation. Relaxing is easy for me. And I have to tell you, it's life-changing because I'm a workaholic. I love to work, and unfortunately for me, my work doesn't feel like work. It feels like play, and I forget to take time off, and it catches up. And so thank goodness that Dr. Kaden is available to us. If you haven't been to a chiropractic ever, what can you suggest, or how can you, or why would somebody come to you if they've never been to a chiropractor?
I'm a lot different than most chiropractors. I'm very unique. I don't adjust everybody the same way. Like I said before, I can do it manually or I can do it with instruments. Doesn't matter to me. They're both very effective. I do a lot of things differently than most chiropractors, and that's what I've been told from my patients. You're not like the other chiropractor down the street. I was talking, I have a chiropractor too, and I went to see him this morning. We were talking, and a lot of chiropractors now don't adjust, whether it's with their hands or with the instruments or whatever. They don't adjust. They're doing a lot of basically glorified massage therapy or physical therapy and things like that. I'm a chiropractor. I adjust. Your spine controls everything else in your body. Take the pressure off the spine to help the body improve, help the person heal.
Love that. Awesome. Thank you. And so I have a question for you. And I heard somebody recently had some issues with their knee, and someone recommended to them that they put weights on their feet and like sit on a chair and let their feet dangle like with an 8-pound weight. And that sounded dangerous.
Well, 8 pounds isn't that much. It's basically just distraction. It's like sort of what I do with you when I pull your leg. But yeah, you still got to be careful with that. Be a long period of time, and be able to know what's going on in that knee, if it really needs to be distracted or just adjusted. Or a lot of times with knees, it's just balancing out the muscles. Actually, a lot of times with knees, it's actually the foot that's off, or the ankle. So you adjust the foot and the ankle, the knee basically goes back into place.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. All right. So let me see if we have any other questions. We are enjoying our teas for those of you who are just joining us. I can't get enough of mentioning this tea. It's called Boom Boom. It enhances the libido. I am kind of hot and sweaty, so I don't know if it's just I'm hot flashing because I'm menopausing. It could be because he's really hot and his steam is making me hot. Or it could be that this tea that's called Boom Boom, a Lovemaking Powder, is taking effect. It's actually delicious. And if you want to get a hold of this, just comment in the comment section, and hopefully we'll have it available at our upcoming event. Dr. Kaden's generous enough to co-host an event for our organization, Goddess Force. It's an organization that supports women and on their path to their goals and their dreams. And Dr. Kaden's been a supporter of Goddess Force for many years. Thank you so much. And now he's going to be hosting this event that's called I Am Beautiful. He's co-hosting it with our beautiful sister goddess, Gigi of South Bay Beauty. They just joined together as a team in Redondo Beach. Their address is 1927 Artesia Boulevard in Redondo Beach. And they have a beautiful space for healing. July 27th is the event. It's on a Saturday from 1 to 6 p.m. We have all of our vending spots that are sold out, except for one. We have great services being made available to you. Dr. Kaden will be offering his services. I will be offering my services, and I will be letting you try some of these oils and edibles. And we're going to have memberships available. And for those of you who saw me eat earlier, I am munching on a holy roller. This is a lime coconut holy roll, and I'm just going to give you a close-up so that you can see the inside of it.
This really is the lime and the coconut.
It's the lime and the coconut, and shake it up. Woo! All right, so I'm having THC indica. Dr. Kaden's having CBD because obviously he doesn't trust being high around me.
And I'm driving.
And he's driving and being responsible. But he's not a connoisseur of THC or the psychoactive type. He's a regular connoisseur of Sacred Goddess, CBD, Holy Elixir, because it's so good for you. And it makes him nicer, less anxious.
Makes her nicer.
It makes me way nicer. And this is Holy Exodus that I have in my tea. And so I'm just going to give you an overview of our time here. Thank you so much, Dr. Kaden, for taking a night out of your busy life to come to my home, and he is in my home, and trust me to go live stream with you. And so we learned a lot about his healing practice. What services do you offer? What's the name of your practice, and what services do you offer?
Frankie Kaden, DC Chiropractic Incorporated. Like she said, 1927 Artesia Boulevard in Redondo Beach. I do chiropractic, mostly zone technique now. I do weight loss. I have a great weight loss program. So if you want to lose a lot of weight quickly, it's very effective. Especially, it's for people that want to lose 20 pounds or more. If you want to lose less than that, then there's other things that we can do. But if you want to lose less than that, then it's like shooting a shotgun at I don't even know. It's way too effective. And then we also do the red light, which basically we isolate certain areas that you'd like to lose fat from, and we make those better.
Awesome. I love that. And what are your hours again?
8:30 to 6 o'clock, Monday through Friday.
8:30 to 6 o'clock, Monday through Friday. And he does get busy because sometimes I try to schedule a visit with him. And if I don't schedule like a week before, he's busy. So make sure you schedule a time with him. And if you missed it earlier, Dr. Kaden's offering a special. If you are a first-time visitor to his center for his services, you get 50% off. Little technical difficulties. Thank you, Dr. Kaden. And not only is he a doctor, a healer, spiritual, a single dad, single and available, he has technical abilities. Yes, you heard that right. Dr. Kaden is single. And aside from this date tonight, he has not been on a date for 20 years. And you can rewind this discussion. He's open to being asked out on a date. And so he won't oppose unless you're his patient.
Exactly.
And then he will not date you. So just a quick note there. And I think he said if you are his patient and you want to date him, you have to have not been his patient for a few years. 2-year limit in contestability period. All right. And so I want to invite you again. Thank you, Dr. Kaden. I want to invite you to, why don't you tell us your website and your phone number really slow so that everybody can get it.
The website is kadenchiropractic.com, KadenChiropractic.com. Phone number is 310-251-0862.
Wonderful. Thank you. And I also want to thank you if you have not been following Dr. Kaden's pages, or if you have not yet been following the Goddess Force page. Dr. Kaden really shares so much with us on a daily basis. And I know you post a lot of chiropractic information on Facebook. You post a lot of health information, but tell us a little bit about your spiritual side. Where does that come from? Who are you, Dr. Kaden?
I just always been interested in it. I wasn't too religious growing up. Yeah, I would go to Sunday school and church on holidays and stuff like that. But no, I got into it more and more just over the years, as things I've been exposed to, just the people that I've been around, getting out of chiropractic school and meeting some great people that exposed me to different things. One woman, Janet, God rest her soul, I call her the Oracle. She was just like the Oracle in the Matrix movies. It's from her, from Gloria, from researching Abraham Hicks, Cryon, all those things, and just Dr. Pete with the zone technique has been wonderful, and all the wonderful metaphysical stuff I've learned from him, and just various other techniques, just reading out there, and yeah, always new stuff to look at and appreciate and grow from.
Beautiful. I love it. Well, an hour was definitely not enough time to get to know this fabulous man. But now you have his phone number, you have his website, you have his Instagram and his Facebook. So go say hello. Remember, he'll give you a discount. All you have to say is, I saw you on a date with Goddess Gloria. And he'll give you 50% off if you're a first timer, and 25% off if you already know him. So if you'd like to date him, join us on our event, July 27th, Goddess Force event. I Am Beautiful. Dr. Kaden has agreed to serve the goddesses organic raspberries and organic blackberries. And if you have any requests, please let us know what you would like him to serve you. And join us on that date. Remember, don't become his client if you want to date him. Thank you for joining us. Thank you all. We love you. God bless you. See you
Bye,
soon. Bye.